Following his third and final departure from Kiss, Peter Criss decided to make another solo album. But he wanted to do a ballads album, a soft rock kind of thing. Peter produced the album himself and got a deal with Megaforce Records. Peter re-teamed with guitarist Mike McLaughlin to write, and the album, One for All, was released on July 23, 2007. This was written by Peter and McLaughlin. I like the keyboard part, and I think it's got a good drum sound with some solid drumming from Peter. The song is about 9/11, which is unbelievably heavy subject matter for a member of Kiss to sing about. And wow, does this miss the mark. It has this upbeat vibe to it, which I suppose makes sense with the chorus being about unity and one for all. But in the verses, maybe singing about people running for their lives should have a little more weight and melancholy. Feels kind of tone deaf. It's well intentioned, but very corny, and the choir doesn't help. Not a good start. Written by Charles Kipps, Peter, and McLaughlin, this features Jennifer Johnson on background vocals. Now I get to be nice. I like this one. I like the guitar parts a lot, including the solo. I like McLaughlin's tone a lot. Johnson's great. She adds a lot to the song. It's a sweet, nice song. Probably my favorite on the album. Written by Peter and McLaughlin, this features Wendy Sutter on cello. There's a lot about this song that I really like. I think the acoustic guitar parts and strings are really good, and I like the sort of Spanish guitar style that McLaughlin is doing. The lyrics are solid. It's a melancholy breakup song about knowing a relationship is over. It's honestly kind of a beautiful song, but there's one problem. Peter. His voice throws the entire track off. I don't think he fits or sounds very good. It kind of ruins the song. I'd love to hear a cover with a different singer. Written by Maria Grever and Stanley Adams, this was originally recorded by Dinah Washington in 1959. It's a song that Peter's mother used to sing quite a bit, so it is dedicated to her. I think I like it in concept. I should listen to the original. It's kind of jazzy, the piano is great. Again, I don't think Peter's voice is working for the track, and I ultimately think the song is kind of boring. This was written by Peter and McLaughlin. It was actually written and submitted for Psycho Circus, but Kiss rejected it. And if this is indicative of the material Peter was bringing, thank goodness Kiss didn't use any of his songs. The guitar solo is solid, and I kinda like the chorus, but the song is painfully cheesy, and Peter's voice is a problem. There are some weird notes. It does not work for me. This is written by Peter and McLaughlin. Spotify has it listed as Faces in the Ground, which kind of made me chuckle. I think the solo is solid. The audience noise they added to it is kind of a good idea, but it ends up being a bit too high in the mix. The song is a tribute to the fans from Peter and how they support him, which is a little funny considering the absolute non-performances of his solo material. The song is cheesy and kinda whatever. Written by Stephen Sondheim, this is from the 1973 musical A Little Night Music. Peter's voice is whatever and kinda kills the song, in my opinion. It does absolutely nothing for me. This was written by Peter and McLaughlin. It's fine, I guess. It's kind of boring and in one ear and out the other, but it's nothing atrocious. This is written by Peter and McLaughlin. I think it is really boring and really lame. I kinda hate it. Written by Mark Schoenfeld and Barry McPherson, this is from the musical Brooklyn the Musical. I like the keyboards, and I do dig the sort of bluesy thing the song is going for. The background vocals are a little rough, but the song is alright. This was written by Peter and McLaughlin. It's basically Faces in the Crowd, but worse. It's really lame. And there's this electric guitar part that comes in that is hilariously out of place. Cracked me up. This was written by Peter and Mark Montague. You might think that it is a tribute to Ace Frehley based on the title, but it's actually about Peter feeling betrayed by Ace. If you don't know, Peter made less money than Ace on the Kiss reunion tour through the farewell tour, but was under the impression that they were making the same amount. The song is boring, and I don't care, but the ending jam is pretty cool. The album managed to get to number 36 on the independent album charts, but did nothing outside of that. Even Asshole managed to get on the Billboard Top 200. Peter was crushed by how badly this album bombed. A lot of money and effort went into this, and people pretty loudly rejected it. And it is generally considered to be one of the worst albums related to the Kiss catalog. Obviously, there are Kiss fans that are going to hate this album because they're not interested in the easy listening stuff. They want Hooligan or Baby Driver, stuff like that. I can get into the different genres Peter is going for. Hell, I dug Soul Station. I'm cool with the various Kiss members experimenting. I just don't think Peter's very good at it. He is the big problem, I think. A lot of times on this album, the thing that was taking me out and making it hard for me to enjoy the material was Peter's singing. It often felt at odds with the songs. There are elements that work. I think McLaughlin is a good collaborator for Peter. He's a good guitar player, and I dig some of his arrangements. The mix is a little rough, though. Peter admits in his book that they bit off a bit more than they could chew, and they didn't quite know what to do with all of the instruments at play here. I will give Peter credit for taking responsibility for the album. He can't say Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley sabotaged him. They didn't. Megaforce got him solid distribution, and Peter was the producer. There's no one to blame but Peter. And he admits that in his book. Overall, I think this is a pretty bad album. It's not the complete dumpster fire I previously thought it was. I gained a tiny bit of new appreciation for it listening to it again for this review. But I still think it's kind of bad. Like, really bad. It's weak, lame, and really boring. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching.